Our world, which has been full of poverty, sorrow, and distress since the ancient times. Numerous distresses, which arise sometimes due to the nature, sometimes due to the time conditions, but mostly because of the human being itself. In spite of everything, our world, which feeds itself inside, our world, which we shared the life with, 16 million disaster victims, 900 million hungry people, and 50 million war victims. Our world, which hosts 6 million children who are dying due to hunger, 200 million children who are victims of wars, 715 million people who do not have any access to drinking water, and which we left empty with such fantastic figures beyond even our imagination. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once stated that he who rescues a Muslim from trouble, Allahu Ta'ala rescues him from the distress of the Day of Judgment because of this reason. Trouble grasps the human being without time and space. There have always been some troubles which are specific to each age and geography, just like in that feast morning of Medina. The child with torn and old dressings, who was watching the children with the brand new feast dressings, the child who was crying so silently in the feast morning. He said that, "Do not cry, child. Why are you crying? Why aren't you joining your friends?" The child replied, so sadly and embarrassed, "I am an orphan child. My father died in Uhud war." Thereupon, our Prophet stated again, "Do you not want that I will be your father, Aisha will be your mother, and Fatima will be your sister?" The child became glad suddenly. "Yes, I do want." He asked for his name, the orphan one. "Beşir," he said, the child with the torn dressings. "No, your name will be Beşir from now on," said Prophet Muhammad. Beşir and his new father Prophet walked together in Medina. This morning, there was a Beşir in Medina, heralded with Beşir. Today, there are millions of Beşir all over the world, waiting for a harbinger. The children who are looking at the photographs exactly and similar to each other's in any climate in the world. The children who can cry at any moment, and who can smile at any moment, and who can die at any moment. The children who are waiting to be told, "Do not cry, sweet child," by anyone since that feast morning in Medina. All of them have the name Beşir, and all of them are waiting to be heralded with the name Beşir. We wrote Beşir on our flags, and we even wrote Beşir on our cars, vests, boxes, and even on our bags. We are on the way every day. As far as we can do, we are bringing the peace and hope to an Anatolian child who lives the happiness of the feast, to a Syrian child rescued from the tragedy of the war, to an Afghan child whom we rescued while his village was being demolished, to an African child for whom we opened a water well in his arid village, to a Philippine child who lost his city in a flood, and to all the children with broken hearts all over the world. We are bringing the good news of Beşir. Beşir Association, which could not sleep fully while its neighbor is hungry, sustains a tradition of solidarity and brotherhood both in our country and all over the world. Beşir Association is granted the title of association working for the public by the Council of Ministers because of its activities carried out. In this manner, Beşir shall be able to perform the food banking activities and could provide a tax discount for its donors. Beşir Association develops long-term and short-term projects on a lot of areas in order to help the people in need with the power taken from its donors and volunteers. While it carries out its projects and campaigns with its 242 representation offices in Turkey, it is implementing the aid activities in 55 countries all over the world and gives rise to many charities in this manner. Beşir Association, which established emergency humanitarian help teams for the unexpected disasters experienced in a lot of countries, and particularly in Turkey, not only helps the people in need on the areas of foodstuffs, dressings, education, healthcare, social, and culture in a planned manner, regularly also makes poor people happy by means of its Ramadan and sacrifice feast organizations. In coverage of the Orphan Sponsoring Project, some projects are being developed towards the orphan children both inside and outside the country. The orphanages and educational organization and institutions are established, or aids, either in kind or in cash, are being made to the present orphanage establishments. While the campaigns are organized not to waste the water, and while we do not know the value of water, and the meaning of lack of water, as long as we can use it all day and night. Still, the people are in need of 1 cup of water in a lot of countries all over the world. Beşir Association becomes a reason for an African child to drink water by means of its water well projects in order to add life to the broken lips and dried lands. By means of the Brother Family Project, which is initiated for the families in need who are to be dispersed and that could not survive any longer. Beşir becomes medicine for the injuries of those families, and it tries to make their difficult lives more livable for them as well. The people in need could make shopping in these markets as they desire. A monthly shopping limit is determined for these social markets as a result of the examination carried out for the people in need who make application to Beşir Association. Then, the families in need experience the happiness of purchasing what they want according to the limits so determined. In addition to the routinely continuing projects, Beşir Association headquarters has the capability to be organized rapidly in case of unexpected and emergency situations, and to be a solution and a cure for the people in need. The coordination centers, survey teams, and intelligence groups of the association, which are composed of the representatives and volunteers in the association, can take positions in a very short period of time as well. They are our present, future, and hopes. They are the children and youth of this homeland. It made the scholarship aids, training, educational tools, equipment aids, accommodation, dressing, transportation, and even abroad education aids the first subject of the agenda at all times. Beşir Association, which showed a high performance in the country on the subject of producing solutions, rapidly and effectively continues to implement greater projects in the abroad organizations in the same manner as well. The aid network, which is established in 55 countries with long-lasting efforts and tiresome struggles, started to give results on the subject of effective solutions and rapid intervention. We said that Ramadan means sharing, and we have increased our works even much more in this period. We perform and cause zakat, fitre, iftar tent, warm meals distribution, distribution of the feast dressings for the children, in this month in which 1,000 is given against 1 for your own good. With the slogan that sacrifice means approaching, animals are sacrificed in 55 countries. We slaughter them and we distribute. The most important reward and repayment to be received by an aid organization is the smiling people. A prayer to come from the mouth cured is the best possible reward of all. Wherever there is a sad and embarrassed heart, we wear the Beşir vests and then run towards there. We are walking in order to recommend the people the right one and patience, and to herald a light distance for them. Beşir Association, cause for your charity.